All right, direct selling success is not about working harder. It's about working a little bit differently. It's not about typical cliched words and phrases. It's really about being authentic, being very genuine. It's not about complication, it's about simplicity. So, I have a question for you. Have you ever been to a home party that just really was not the best experience? Really think about that. And I'm sure we could probably take a lot of time and share stories. But I want you to think about a party that just really wasn't the best. What I want to share with you in this short video, as well as in the upcoming posts, are how you can create an experience that your guests and your hosts will love. They're going to walk out the door saying, man, that was a great party. And hopefully, man, I can't wait to have her in my house and introduce her to my friends. So let's talk about our host connection for a moment because that's really key. Remember your host coaching. So when you get there, I want you to really treat your host well. Ask the host to turn on some background music. Ask if there's any way that you can help her in establishing an environment that really makes her feel special and is a way that she would be very proud to welcome her guests. Have a servant's heart throughout this process. Help her to serve drinks to her guests as they arrive. And as they arrive, ask your host to introduce you to her guests, as if you are one of the friends and guests that's there at the party. So we're going to talk about the 20-minute guest connection time because those first 20 minutes of the party are just really crucial because this is a relationship business and this is when we build those relationships. How many of you have ever been to a party where the consultant starts clapping her hands and it says, all right, everybody, it's time to get started, and you were just kind of summoned to your chair as if you were maybe a kid in a classroom or that this was a formal presentation? Well, how many of you have also ever been late to a party or been to a party where other guests were late? This is why that 20-minute guest connection is just key to setting a tone of relaxation and fun and just really creating a positive difference for your guests. So when a party starts at 7, hey, in my mind and what I'm telling the host is 20 after 7 is when we start because nowadays who really is there at 7? Very few people. So those 20 minutes are not where we're getting all anxious and uptight and oh, we need to start on time. That's where we're connecting with the guests. And then it doesn't make anyone who is a little late feel off if they are. Take the time to just really get yourself into their world. Focus on the guests, not on your products. If they're enjoying and eating and sampling some of the products, wonderful. Let them eat and enjoy. But don't feel that you have to talk about it. You are going to be talking all about them in just a little while. Refrain from asking as well, have you ever been to a Tastefully Simple party? Instead, connect with them as fellow human beings. Help them to relax and feel very comfortable with you and their environment. There's some lead lines that you can learn as well. Something like, welcome, how do you know Susan? Okay, maybe Susan's your host or another guest here that she's talking to. Or what can I get you to drink? Hey, Linda, here's your early bird ticket, welcome. Or how was your day today? I mean, simple, everyday conversation starters that you would probably use if you weren't the consultant at a Tastefully Simple party. Your guests will feel more connected to you, and when they, especially when they see how different you are and how real you are. Now, this is a great way to get everyone in and help them to feel relaxed, get them mingling, and then casually let them know that they're in for a really great treat this evening with this party. And it's at that point that when you get to the end of that 20-minute guest connection time, that you have a good enough rapport that you can just very gently ask them, hey, you know what, guys, this is fun. Let's have a seat because we're gonna pull the door prize now and get things started. Now, once you do have them seated, this is your opportunity to truly spoil the hostess. Spoiling does not have to be expensive either. It could be a very special card that you give to her, and maybe you read it out loud as you present it to her, and have everybody sign it who's there at the party. Compliment her. Tell her what makes her very special and unique and a wonderful host. During introductions, you could have each guest share a word about the host if you'd like, or a phrase that best describes her. And you could give a ticket to every person who does share. You could even have them write down their words in our little $1.99 cookbooks that we have, and she can keep it as a keepsake. You can present that as a little gift to her, and it's just a very special thing that she'll always remember that party by. So, we're going to go back to our event. And in going back, one of the questions that I'm going to ask you right away is to really think about this. How do you think guests will perceive you when you take the time to honor your host and when you take the time to get to know the guests in those first 20 minutes of the party?